Hey guys, so in this video, let's talk about the most used unit in Reveries. Yeah, previously, if you remember, I've done the same video before, but I did it all the way to 400 meters. So now we already have 450, and tomorrow in GL we will get the 500 meter stages. So let's look back into the list and do some form of the most used unit to the least most unit in Reverie from for 450 and 500 meters. All right, so how do I do this? Basically, I go to the specific stage. This is for people who still did not notice that you can actually click up here and you will be able to see the list of team that is used to complete the fights. Okay, so like for example, this one, the major one I would say is impromptu. And then if you do an impromptu, it will be follow-up attack assassin, which is why flutter page is there. Then burial is also follow-up, flutter 2 follow-up, impromptu, burial, lingering glow, and even young US here, Villa and Robuska. But for the analysis this time, I'm taking up until 10. So those who are in 11 to 15, I'm sorry, I'm not going to include them in. Yeah, so here is until this round, I will do until the 10 most unit for each stage. Then after that, I sort them based on ranking. So like Nautica is the most used, I put 5 score. Samwise is second most used, so it's 4.5. Then the score keep going down by 0.5 each time, only except at the end, the one that is at position 9 and 10, they both get 1 score. And from the scoring, I add up all the scores that I get for each stage. Like Nautica is 5 because she's the most used in that stage, and then 0, and then 5, 2.50. So I add that all up, and then I start splitting them into DPS, Sub-DPS. But for your information, the Sub-DPS list is very long, so I only take the first 10, and then after that is the rank of the sustain units. Okay, so let's start off here. Undoubtedly, Nautica is the most used unit in Reverie, 450 to 500 meters. Lucy, but the reason why in some stages Lucy failed because she doesn't have good enough sustain. As everyone is mostly running Ezra for Dynamo, but Ezra sustain is just not that good, especially now with Sharon in the game. So sustain like Keeperina can also be used, but yeah, like I say, people tend to go for Ezra first because Ezra is also so Dynamo. But if you have Keeperina, please use Keeperina with the Dynamo team. It really makes things much easier. Okay, and number 3, we have Marcus. So nice that this unit Marcus finally get to shine and to be one of the top DPS dealer, even compared with so many others that is after her. Anyway, Recoleta, okay, still can do big huge damage, is at number 4. Beryl, but her team is incomplete. So once her team is complete, she might even jump up to the first spot. Maybe. Alright, number 6, Ezio, Assassins. Then Anjo Nala. Anjo Nala, this one is referring to Euphoria because in 2.4 in China, we are getting Anjo Nala's Euphoria. Then Baccarola, and finally Hisabeth. As for the sustains in Reverse 1999, the most used sustain in Reveries, first of all, is Robuska, but I believe it's mainly due to Blitzai, like that is the default team for her. Then the number 2 is Keeperina. So initially I remember when Keeperina was released, like, oh, she's not a generic healer, you only use her in impromptu team. Now she is practically used in every single team. Almost every single team. So the next one is Villa. For Marcus, again, is a rank up team. And then for the follow-up attack, there would be Fatutu. Ezra is at number 5, where you put him in the Dynamo team. And at number 6 is Sotheby. Okay, Steer pretty good. Medicine Pocket, number 7. And finally, Kakania is now at number 8. So I haven't been using Kakania for the longest time already, just for your information. And here is the list for the Sub-DPS support. As I say, I only will pick the 10 first one. And the first one is Samwise. No doubt, if Nautica is at number 1, likely Samwise also at number 1. Then the Dynamo team, number 2, Ulrich, followed by Flutterpage, and then Beacorn. But Beacorn is kind of like a scam. The stage where she is used, which is 450 meter dash 4 and 450 meter dash 4 and 500 meter dash 2. Both of it is very similar fight, and hence if you have done it before, there shouldn't be a problem doing it again in 500 meter. But anyway, because both of that fight, Beacorn is the most used unit, kind of skyrocketed her position. Then here we also have Sentinel, then Charon, and then Druvis E2, followed by Melania, Mercuria, and finally Gertian. Alright, yeah, so I think that's all for this video. Things that I can share with you. It's just for fun, nothing too serious about this video. Yeah, so do think that if this resonates well with your own personal tier list, like is this most used unit agrees with your own tier list. So do let me know. Alright, so thank you very much for watching this video and have a good day.